marks the 17th anniversary of the Interstate 35W collapse. On August 1st, 2007, just after 6 p.m., the I-35 bridge over the Mississippi River close to downtown Minneapolis collapsed, taking down 111 vehicles on it during rush hour traffic. 13 people were killed and 145 others were injured. The bridge had been under construction at the time, but the National Transportation Safety Board determined that the probable cause of the collapse was, quote, the inadequate load capacity due to a design error. A replacement bridge opened up in 2008, shortly after the first anniversary of the collapse.